Good Friday morning, everybody. This is Grace, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time for any noise you might hear. We're having work done on the house. I'm here with the dogs, and the dogs aren't happy, and the people are outside. I can't let the dogs outside, so I'm getting solar screen put in finally. But anyway, um, so I might be even more distracted because they will be making noise, and yeah. But today I want to talk about this topic, and basically leave a comment yourself if you want to below about what would you think, how would you feel, you think is a good thing, right or wrong, good, bad, whatever. But it's about something I've noticed over the past few years. It seems to be a new thing, I guess, to be happening is that say you go to interview for a job, and before you go for this job interview, you don't know what's going to happen. But it's basically that the staff, the people who would be on your team, let's put it that way, because I don't like the possessive way of saying your staff, but they are going to they could be interviewing you, they might have read your resume, they're basically going to have a say in whether you are hired there or not. And sometimes they're actually in the interview. Now, I could just leave it right there and ask, what is your opinion? But I've had this experience more than once, and I want to give mine. Now, I do want to back up and say something. I am a person who believes that everybody on this planet we're all human. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. I'm very open-minded, liberal-minded, and I don't think anybody's, higher on some imaginary totem pole than anybody else. However, there's a however. There is a structure in jobs. Now, I don't like it when they say chain of command. Nope, don't listen to that. But it just irritates me because it says it's going to be something that is not going to be good. That's my experience, my opinion. But there is a structure, and any job, and everybody is important. If one person that is needed isn't there, the place won't run right. So I think this way, but I also think that there is a structure, unfortunately, where some people, management, has to take responsibility if staff doesn't do their job. And I think a lot of people truly don't understand that, why it's important for the person in management to have a certain, how am I going to put that? Let me think about it. Okay, a lot of noise has happened since I've made that part of it, but there really is no other way to say it than what I've said so far. But let me give one example of something that happened to me. I went for a job interview, did not know who was going, these two people were going to be interviewing me. In fact, I thought it was going to be the executive director. Instead, it was two people who would have been on my team if I had become the director, not the executive director, but the director. And they would have been, part of the staff members of my team. And they were the one that did the most, interviewed me the most. She had read my resume, everything like that, and she went over questions and all. And she was young, and she, me being older and a little wiser, obviously I got some information out of her. And as it was, she wanted the job, okay? But she had also already, because she was already working there and interviewing me, she had a sense of superiority over me. Now, she was my superior, okay? Like I said, there's a structure in jobs, and when you are the person in management, there's a level of, you have to be the voice of authority, for one. And you have to make the final decisions, because not only is that person's, if your staff member, your team, doesn't do their jobs right, not only are their jobs at risk, but so is yours. And it's the ultimate responsibility is on you. I'm not talking about things that are legal, which it could be, but the ultimate is up to you. Like I said, I don't think enough people understand that. So you have to have that. I don't like this word superiority. I don't like the word subordinate. But you have to be seen as a voice of authority. If there are people who've already worked there and they already have that sense of superiority, they see it that way. That's not going to go well at all. It's not, because they're not going to respect you. This is my experience, my view. They're not going to respect you because they were the one that said, they can have in their mind, hey, I hired you. I can get you fired. And if you can't, if you walk in with something like that, already in place, I just can't see it being good at all. Now, I have worked on both sides of the fence, and I can tell you that I have gone to jobs and started working at jobs, and people who were already there, who were on my team, and me as the director, they already had a sense of superiority, even if they hadn't interviewed me, because they have been there longer, and they feel like that shows, they've been with this company for this long, and you're somebody new walking in, and they have this, they're in a superior position, you're last person hired kind of thing. So when you start off with somebody who's basically decided if you're going to be their boss or not, no, not a good idea. I want to tell a story about another one. I went to this place, did not know this was going to be the case, and I interviewed with the executive director at this one. 2 hours of interviewing. And I was sitting there and I was thinking everything he was saying, and I was asking questions, I got this weird feeling he was wanting to hire me. And he made this comment that everybody on staff there, which you can't do, everybody on staff there was on salary. He made the comment that way he could make them work as many hours as he wanted them to, and they wouldn't get any overtime. That's illegal. I've asked, that's illegal. So, and I wound up eventually speaking to somebody from another location, another people at a different one that knew, they were management, and they said, no, he can't do that, and that's illegal, and on and on. Even the corporation said no, but that's what he was doing. He told me that if he hired me, I'd be on salary, and that way he could work me as many hours as he wanted to. The other thing about it was that he wanted me to do his job. I had known what was his job. I knew what was his position, what that person does. So he was wanting me to do my job and his job. At the end of it, he told me that he was introducing me to some of the staff members that were there at the time, and he let me know that they would be the ones interviewing me, that they would make the decision also if I were hired or not. It was a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch to take in, and already him walking me around and meeting them, most of them were nice, but I could see, and some of them, the way they spoke, like, they're my superior. Now, I'm not into being superior. I think, like I said, everybody, that's a noise, everybody's, needed, everybody's important, but like I said, when you have that, it's your decision. And in that field, it could be legal issues. That person could be fired, but so could you. And plus, you could be sued, really, if they didn't do the right thing. So it's a lot of responsibility. And like I said, overall, one of the things that I even learned at that one was that one of the people who had been interviewing me was somebody who wanted the job. So, that's just, you're walking into an ambush in a way. And then if you did get that job, okay, if it's people, I'm not saying everybody would be, but if it's a crew that thinks that they can, and I've seen this, that they can control the management staff and get them hired and fired, and like that it's already, you're setting up yourself for something awful, and you will never be able to get things going right. And if they're slackers, which is the term we always use, if they're slackers, hey, they got you hired, they can get you fired kind of mentality. Oh my goodness, So anyway, what is your thought about this? I've already given mine, and I'm open to other, people saying what they think, see if there's some kind of avenue or something I miss. But overall, my experiences, like I said, I have been on the other side of the fence a lot. So I worked temporary jobs. Yeah, temporary jobs. Think about it. When I was a student, oh my goodness, you saw some of the worst would come out in people. I truly believe, because I've worked temporary and permanent kind of jobs. Yeah, you're temporary. They think you're the lowest thing there is. Anyway, leave a comment below what you think, and we'll go from there. I'll talk to you later. Bye.